And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to season 2 of the Kareem Talks podcast. You know, when I get a soundboard, I'm going to have the audience playing in the background. You
Yeah.
know, baby steps,
Yeah.
baby steps. But we made it.
That's right.
We are in season 2 officially.
Mhm.
And that alone is an achievement in and of itself. All praise is due to the God whose proper name is Allah. Mm. And I couldn't think of any other person to start season 2 with than my brother, all the way from HQ, Chicago in the house.
What up?
Y'all give it up for my brother, your brother, brother Joshua Isaiah Muhammad. Welcome to the
Peace,
show.
peace. Yes, peace, family. It's a pleasure, bro. It's a pleasure to be on this show with you, God. For real, for real. I'm humbled.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. An honor and privilege to have you on the show. Like, for real. I was thinking,
Oh man,
am I even gonna be able
I'm
to get him on the show? You know?
listen. That's why we run the hoodie, man. The brotherhood, man.
The
It's all
brotherhood.
love hood. It's
Talk
all
about it.
love, man. For real, for real. So time
Praise
is
be
merely a
to Allah.
consideration. So when you reached out asking me, I had no even consideration. I'm like, of course, of course. Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So before we get into our topics, please tell the crowd a little bit about yourself.
Yes. All right. My name is Brother Joshua Muhammad. 31 years old. I'm
31.
blessed.
You don't look a day
Yeah.
past 25.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. See, and I've been fasting actually, man. I'm just coming off of a 7-day fast. So
Mm.
if I'm glowing a little bit, that's why, man. I just been in tune, man. Really.
Look at that glow, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it. Look at him.
praise be to Allah, man. But yeah, man, 31 years young, father of 2. I have a 5-year-old, soon to be 6 in a couple of days, and I have a 2-year-old beautiful baby girl. Very blessed. I'm originally from Aurora, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. Just recently relocated to the beautiful sunny state of Phoenix, Arizona. So I was out here earlier this morning, just hiking and reflecting, and just I love Phoenix. It's a beautiful vibe. Registered member of the Nation of Islam since 2014. I owe much or all of where I am right now as far as my spiritual growth and development to our father, my spiritual father, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Hearing his words on YouTube, man, really just inspired me to step out of being a savage into making those steps to being a God, man. So I'm thankful for that man, and for him sparking something in me to make a positive change in my life. I'm a licensed insurance broker by trade. So yeah, I'm contracted with 15 of the A-rated companies, the Americo, John Hancock Mutual of Omaha. So if you're in need of covering your families, I'm the brother that can make that happen for you all. So especially the times that we're living in, there's so much uncertainty in the world today. Just making sure that you leave your family with a legacy and not a bill is one of the most, beautiful and selfless things you can do. So I help people do that for trade by trade. So other than that, man, I'm just your brother.
Praise
You
be
know what
to
I mean?
Allah. By the
I'm just
way,
your brother.
if y'all got all that information, if y'all got all that and y'all have questions about insurance, that's your boy.
Yeah,
Follow him on Brother Joshua on IG, and
that's
friend
right.
him, Brother Joshua Isaiah Muhammad on Facebook. And
Please
now
do.
let's get into it.
Come
Okay.
on.
Our topic, and I wanted to make sure I started this off right because this is a topic that everyone can relate to. And let me share this again so I can tag you so all your
Okay.
friends can see it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Uh-huh.
Let's get the
Uh-huh.
people in tune.
Um,
We're gonna inshallah crack some atoms, guys. So I'm excited.
yes, sir. We all about the build. We all about the build. All right. So our topic for today, and as you can see in the title, New Year, New Me.
Kanye Shrug.
Because, and I had to make it that title because, first of all, it's a blessing that we were able to make it through the year that was
Facts.
2020.
Facts.
Cue horror screams in the background. Cue PTSD. Yes, all of that.
This
Now,
emoji.
crazy, crazy, crazy year last year.
Yeah.
Starting with teases of World War III from our previous
Mm-hmm.
president, Mr. Trump, who is no longer in office. Killer bees, the loss of our brother,
Forgot about the killer
Kobe.
bees.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
were killer bees. There were killer bees. Um, of the loss of our brother, Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
May Allah be pleased. May Allah
Yeah.
be pleased with his daughter Gigi, and may Allah be pleased with everyone else who was on that helicopter.
Yes.
Um, and of course, the main star of 2020, the coronavirus. Ooh,
Coronavirus.
all over. It
It
is
is
real. It is really
real.
real. But
Shout out Cardi.
shout out Barty B. Uh, but yeah, on a serious note, this pandemic, this pestilence from heaven, as the Honorable
Yes.
Louis Farrakhan called it, it took a heavy toll on a lot of us personally, professionally, um, emotionally, physically, psychologically. I know,
Yeah.
well, except for the introverts, of course, you know, they used to be in homebodies.
Yeah.
Everybody that were used to going out, partying, spending time with friends, seeing
Right.
family, having, you know, most of us, we had to stay indoors.
Absolutely.
And now here we are in 2021, still COVID-19 all over. And we
Yeah.
looking at we as believers, I should say, we looking at our first ever virtual Savior's Day.
Yeah.
Woo,
That's
that
right.
hit different.
Definitely
Woo
did.
wee. But even amongst all of those trials, there were blessings. There were still blessings in
Absolutely.
2020. I for one, all praises due to Allah, was able to get married in
Man,
this
praise be to Allah.
praise God.
Congratulations for that, guy. For real,
Praise be
man.
to Allah. That was
That's a
not
huge
easy.
blessing.
Yes, sir.
That's a
But
huge blessing.
we're not here to talk about me. Our guest is here. So if you can go into um what your 2020 was like. Now, if you don't want to get too personal, that's fine. But I
Yeah.
value Kareem Talks. Is not only is it a talk show, it's a safe space to talk about, you know,
Yes, sir.
your life
Absolutely.
experiences. So floor is yours.
Yeah. Man, 2020 was one of the greatest years of my life.
Wow.
The greatest. And I can't even think of another year that comes close in comparison to the
Mm,
beauty that was manifested in this year, because all in all, 2020, we know, was a great trial.
mm,
But trials manifest weakness and stored up strength, we're taught. And fires are taught, like, from the scripture, that they purify us.
mm,
We don't know what we're really made of until we're put in the furnace of affliction.
mm.
So I'm thankful to the Creator for being placed in that furnace of affliction, because if not being in that fire in the first place, it never would have manifested my stored up strength, and it never would have manifested that which is the essence of who I am, which is a hustler, man.
Hustler in
I'm
every
a
sense of the
hustler.
word.
I don't quit.
Yes,
I keep
sir.
going, seriously. And I'm thankful for this trials that came about in 2020. It started off with me quitting my job.
Mm,
I was in the industry for about 7 years in management logistics. And I completely quit that job and did for self, man. I started my business with it. All praises due to Allah.
all
Yeah.
praises due.
Yeah. I started my business in the insurance industry. And of course, everything in its infancy has struggles and trials. So I
Mm,
went through some trials even in that. But man, I was blessed to double and almost triple my income by
mm,
stepping out on faith and in a pandemic, in the middle of a pandemic. It
mm.
was incredible to me. You know what I mean? And so from that aspect of thing, I was very blessed, because while the rest of the world was, struggling financially, and we all had those struggles. If anybody know anything about the struggle, it's your brother. It's me.
Yes, sir. Struggle is
I
real.
know all about it. I ain't never gonna be on here in front of like no holier than thou type brother on some. I've always had it like that. Not even close. You know what I mean? But I believe in hard work. I believe in consistency. And I believe in, when you put your mind really to something, I know it's cliche, but you can accomplish that which you will. But the problem with many of us is we have intentions, right? But then we come behind that and we have counter intentions. So 2020 for me was about getting rid of those counter intentions and really just setting my intentions towards that which I wanted to accomplish, And so I was very thankful for that opportunity to not only just help families and protect families by way of insurance and things like that financially, but to be able to put my own family in a position to flourish and prosper. So that was what my 2020 really consisted of as far as business is related. Now with the spiritual, that's what's even precedes what's the physical world, all of that, man, because I'll put it like this. As we know, many of us were sheltering in place, as many of us were quarantining, that caused us really to look within self.
We had no choice.
We had no choice. Oftentimes before 2020, the excuse or the justification rather was, if I just had time, I would be in better shape, or I would have extra money, or I would start this business project or that right there if I just had time. 2020 gave us time. We couldn't go out and kick it like that.
Put us in the hyperbolic time chamber for real. That's a Dragon Ball Z reference for those of y'all who ain't get it.
Yeah. And so we had that time. So what did we do with our time? And for me, because 2019 was incredibly turbulent. It was incredibly turbulent, year for myself. Going through personal problems, with on the second dynamic with the mothers of my children, with being near to my children, that aspect, things that are really near to my heart. As a man, as a father, as a then husband at the time, was going through it, really going through it. But I went into 2020 like, regardless of what happens, I am going to work on me, and I'm going to get myself in a better position to be a better man, to be a better Muslim, to be a better father, to be a better businessman, all that I wanted to accomplish, right? And so that's what I wanted. That's how I attacked 2020 from a very spiritual point of view. Now, I am very blessed. Now, I'll say this, that I heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he was in LA back in 2010. And he said to his laborers, I believe they were, that the greatest gift we can receive after supreme wisdom is a technology that will allow us to manifest it. And he said that technology was here in reference to the technology found in auditing at the Church of Scientology. Now, I didn't know much about it at the time, other than minister co-signed it. I like you. You good with it? I'm with it.
X. If the minister like it, I like it. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. But I dug really deep into that technology, into that science really heavily in 2020. And I underwent a process called a life repair, which is an intense auditing program. And in my life repair, if you will, so much manifested, so much in that barrier or that charge that we have, that many of us have in different areas of our life. Much of that charge, man, was completely lifted off of me. In this process of auditing. So during the course of 2020, after undergoing, a life repair program, man, I had this abundance of just relief and surety. You know what I mean? Because 2019 was very painful for me. It was very painful. I was going through a divorce at the time. I was separated from my children. I was struggling financially, and I was searching, reaching for anything. You know, when you in the thick of it, God, you like, you know, and I remember
you're trying to get out.
You're trying to get out. And I remember very clearly just getting down on my prayer rug and calling out to the God. See, when you're really going through it, sometimes Allah will get in between you and that which you love in order to get your full attention. And that's what happened with me.
Wow.
So I had to get on my prayer rug and call out to the God, like, what is going on? Send me, son, need some help. Allah.
Sign, help me. Help
you know, when you
me.
Like you sick, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever been going through it and you feel sick to your stomach?
I bear witness.
That's the cause of suppression. And it's possible to get rid of this suppression, but we have to take those steps. See, we have all the tools right in front of us, but a knowledge is only as good as it is useful. So we have the minister before us, people like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who is a wealth of knowledge, but his knowledge is only as good as if we actually put it to use.
Apply it. That's the difference.
So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, absolutely. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said mere belief counts for nothing except that belief is carried into practice. So I strive to carry my belief into practice in 2020, and I submitted myself to a process that was able to help me and relieve me of the mental barriers and baggage that I had been accustomed throughout the course of the year and previous years, man. And so towards the end of 2020, man, it was a new brother Joshua. It is a new brother Joshua. You know, and so I'm thankful for that. And that's why I say, you know, in large part, that 2020 for me was an incredible year. It was an incredible year of growth. It was an incredible year of development. Yes, it was riddled with much pain. Yes, it was riddled with solitude. But sometimes when you're just alone, you know, when you're by yourself and it's just you and your creator, you know, that's when you're forced to look inward. See, I'm a strong believer, Brother Kareem, that no matter what's going on, the problems, the opposite like this, the answers rather to life's problems are not found outside of self. They're found within self.
Just got to dig it out.
We have to dig it out.
I'm learning this to this day.
Yes.
To this day.
To this day,
yes, sir.
You know,
because it's not an easy process. Because you look for the answer everywhere, and Allah said, "No, I put it in you for a reason."
Yes,
now go get it.
Absolutely. And so, 2020 was put on us by the Creator and by us, our actions. You know, because it was a pestilence from heaven, as the minister taught us, you know, and a concept that really came towards the latter end of 2020 is a concept and an idea that carried me through to this day, and is going to carry me throughout the course of life. And it's very profound. I wish to just share it with you all, man. Is we have knowledge, responsibility, and control. Knowledge, responsibility, control. If we think of it like a triangle, it's the rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
As one area of that triangle increases, all areas of the triangle increase. And as one area of the triangle decrease, all areas of the triangle decrease. So how are these things, knowledge, responsibility, control, how are they all intertwined? Well, in order to know anything, you have to have some type of control over it, some type of control to know about it. And then in order to control anything, you have to be responsible for it to a degree in order to control it. And then in order to be responsible for something, you have to know something about it, right? So you can't get away from that. So obviously we see that when we lose control of anything in our lives, right? That which we've lost control of can now hurt us. So for example, if I'm cruising in the whip, right? I'm driving, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here, I'm cruising on baseline in Phoenix, you know, whip game proper, all of that. And I lose control of my vehicle. Now that vehicle that I've lost control of can now harm me. Obviously, right?
Yes,
but
sir.
The question becomes, how did we lose control in the first place? And the reason we lose control of anything in the first place is transgressions, our own sins. See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that we are righteous people by nature.
By nature.
Man is basically good, L. Ron Hubbard said. Same thing. All truth and wisdom comes from the Creator. So we're naturally righteous. We're naturally Muslim people. But when we transgress, when we deviate from doing right things, now we lose control. And that those areas or those zones or those terminals that we transgress towards, now on a reciprocal, those areas can now hurt us. So what happens oftentimes is we got so many different sins. You feel me? So we doing so much dirt
on top of one another.
We foul, and that lowers our ability to be responsible for what we've done. Now all we see is the menace. Now all we see is the car crash, but we don't see the sins that had accumulated that led to that. See, whatever that you hurt, oh yeah, the law of cause and effect. You feel me? And so how do we gain control of anything? How do we get a better control of anything? Take responsibility for it. Because as our responsibility level rises, our level of control will rise. And so even when we look at the 2020, the COVID-19 vaccine, the pestilence from heaven, we've lost control. How did we lose control? The minister told us on the criterion, we were a scourge on the planet Earth. We had so many transgressions against the earth that now the earth has to come back and say, all right, I'm gonna put y'all ethics in because y'all wilding. And we was wilding, you know.
Still wilding. By the way,
still wilding, man.
Put on your mask.
Yeah.
Had to look at my
audience. Put the mask on, man. Just wear it. Just wear it, man. Keep your safety protocols in, man.
And stop partying.
My brother is very serious. That look.
Yes, sir. Had to look in the camera real quick. Y'all know who you are.
I feel it.
Anyway.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So 2020 manifested all the trials, or not even the trials, but all the transgressions that we had accumulated. And those transgressions had now been doing harm to us. So if we were wise in 2020, we would be very wise to take greater responsibility for that which we've caused. You know, we have to atone with self and be willing to atone with others, you know, to have that burden of sin lifted off us. Yes, and so for me, 2020, it started off very heavy, even though I had financial success. But as I started going through and taking greater responsibility and acquiring more and more knowledge, my level of control began to greaten, and my sphere of influence began to widen. And that's how I came out of 2020, going in 2021, feeling great. I feel good, God.
He said he on top of the world. He said he on top of the world.
You know, we for real, man, for real, because we have all of us, man. We have it's charged. That's what I call it. It's charged. It's contained in literally mental image pictures. All the BS that we've all ever gone through, all of life's harm, all of life's sad times, all of that, it sits on the mind. You feel me? And in order to get that off, in order to get that charge off, we have to be in tune with ourselves and be in tune with the source of all matter, energy, space, and time, which is Almighty God, Allah, our creator. See, all too often, man, we be going through stuff and we try to get in control, but we can't get in control because we won't lay our burdens at the feet of our God, acknowledging the wrong that we've done. We've done it. See, I don't like victims, bro. I don't like
Got to
victims.
take responsibility. And when I tell you, you speaking to me right now, because I'm one of those types I don't like, and my wife can tell you this, my mother, my friends, my family, they can all
Yeah,
tell you that when I don't have control over something, I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm losing it. And I'm learning more and more. All praises be
Yes,
to Allah for my wife. Shout out to her if she's watching this. Um, she's really helping me to get in tune more spiritually with Allah and just learning how to lay it down, let it go, and let God deal with it. It
beautiful,
hasn't been an easy road. It has not,
beautiful.
but
Yeah,
it's a
it's a
start.
process.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process, man. We have to trust the process. You know what I mean? See, what's true for me, bro, may
Mm-hmm.
not be true for you.
Mm.
The condition of my life that I'm in right now is not your condition.
Yes, sir.
Your job and my job is to find the condition of life that we're in
Mm.
and apply the correct formula to that life to render the positive results.
Mm.
But we can't get that formula if we're applying other people's conditions to our lives. They're not you. I'm not Brother Kareem. I could never be you.
Yes, sir.
What you do great, I may be terrible at. And what I do great, you may be terrible at. You know what I'm saying? But you acknowledge the greatness in me, and I acknowledge the greatness in you. We feed off each other as brothers, and we steel
Mm-hmm.
sharpen steel, and we stay, you know what I'm saying, around positive people,
Mm-hmm.
which is very key in 2020. Just to bring it even back to the topic on hand, man, for me, 2020 was a great year of separation.
Mm.
It was an incredible year of
Mm.
separation, man, because now I can't be around those same people that I was around before, you know. And then even the people that I was around, I was forced to really reflect on my relationship with them and
Mm.
see if they were aiding to my growth and development financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or were they deteriorating
He
my
said,
mental,
no
emotional,
negativity and no
spiritual?
negativity. No
None of that.
negativity, no negativity. Mm-hmm.
Positive vibes only, man,
Yes, sir.
because I refuse to allow others to taint my spirit.
Mm.
I refuse. See, I'm able to recognize when we have people. So the Holy Quran says, beware of the whisperings of the slinking devil who casts evil suggestions and
And
firm
firm resolution.
resolutions. Those people are very hard to spot because it's an evil suggestion
Mm.
in a firm resolution. And it's a boom, I'm gonna drop this on you real quick and I'm gonna dip and I'm gonna leave you with that. And then now you just like, man, you feeling like this and you can't, get control of your life, and you start to sink in areas. You just got bit. You got bit by a suppressive personality
Mm.
that's meant to squash you and reduce you down to size. So we have to be very careful with those whom we share our space and our energy, our vibes with, because some people come around and you may think they mean you well, but they don't always mean you well.
Like a weed choking out plants.
See, what the problem is, bro, is oftentimes if people are insecure with themselves
Mm.
and they see the greatness in you,
Mm.
they have to conquer you and reduce you down to size in order to lift themselves up.
Mm.
It happens.
It definitely
It,
does.
it happened to me all through 2020.
Oof.
But I promise you, the more able I became and the more I was able to really see these people and these personalities and not take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
It's never personal, because all deviation from rational thoughts and behavior is just the reactive mind, that part of the human being that causes us to err. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, you
Yes, sir.
know? And so it's not personal. However, I'm not going to subject myself to somebody else's reactive mind. See, if I know that they in they bank, another bank is another name for the reactive. If I know that they tripping,
Mm-hmm.
if their energy is wrong, if their vibes is wrong, then peace. But I'm gonna be over here, you know.
Facts. I respect
I'm
that.
I'm gonna be,
Respect your space, your time, your energy.
but you're not gonna disturb my peace.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the only way that a person can roller coaster and go up and down, and 1 minute he good, next minute he terrible. 1 minute he good, next to me terrible. Is it if they are attached to a suppressive person. So the more able that we become, weeding out these people, weeding out these personalities from our lives, then we can just climb and we can ascend and we can just keep on going. And so in 2020 gave me the title for my book that I'll be writing, man, with
He's
elevation.
a book, man. He is a
Yes,
author.
sir.
What does this man not do? By the way, before you plug in, we're gonna come right back. We're gonna have a brief commercial break. Well, 1 minute
yes, sir.
break. For those of you who don't know, Kareem Talks is now accepting ads. For those of you who want your advertisement, whatever black-owned business you have, we have payment options. You have $3 for a week, $6 for a month, $18 for 3 months, and $60 for a year. Send your ads to me, and I will put them on my show. Also, this does not apply to guests. Guests, you get to plug yourself in for free on the show only, though.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, let's play this commercial. Only got one so far. Share this really quick. This is my first time doing this, guys, so bear with me. By the way, y'all see that logo? Y'all see that?
That's
logo?
clean.
Yes, sir. Hold on. We starting it now. Next time in the future, I'll have it up waiting. But you know.
It's all good. It's all good.
This is season 1.
We rocking and rolling.
Yes, sir. We're going to go on mute real quick.
Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. Peace, ashe, and assalamu alaikum. This is Brother Kareem of Kareem Talks. You know, that wonderful podcast you're listening to? But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about aretheywoke.com, a website that was built by my uncle to house conscious clothing as well as conscious branded merch, such as How to Eat to Live, and 1,000 facts about the Negro. But let's get back to this wonderful looking clothing that allows you to define who you are. We have things for the men, we have things for the women, we have things for the children, and it's all conscious oriented merch. So I'm telling you, as someone who owns a hoodie, and it's a comfortable hoodie, by the way, go to aretheywoke.com. Ladies, get you a queen shirt. Brothers, come get you some of this merch. Because I'm telling you, it's conscious oriented, it's comfortable, and you're going to love it. Peace.
aretheywoke.com. Y'all heard me. Anyway, we're going to get back. We're going to stop the share now. Hold on. All right. Bring this back. It's my first time. There we go. First time doing that. Brief hiccup. I'm going to unmute the god now. I'm going to unmute. There we go. And we are back. Welcome back to Kareem Talks. First commercial break, you know, I'm still feeling it.
I like it.
Better with time. I'm going to get better with time. Praise be to Allah. But now back to the subject at hand.
Yes.
You talked a lot about yourself in your 2020 and how it, you know, how it was beautiful, how it was great, and how it really blessed you, you know, as long as you submitted and you took responsibility and you got all of that baggage and you separated yourself from negativity. So with that being said, what would you say to those whose 2020 may not have been great? Those who may have lost a loved one in 2020, lost their job, was just depressed because they had to be indoors. What would you say to them right now, to those watching, or if they were right in front of you? This is a conversation, so.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I would say to them, for those who are spiritual, follow the scriptures of the Bible and the Holy Quran, in both the Bible and the Quran, and all holy books, there is the idea, or not even an idea, but the fact that God, Allah, never places beyond us on a soul a burden beyond its scope. And basically, he will never put on us that which we can't bear. And all of the difficulty that we're facing, man, and that we faced, know that it's meant to make us better. So it's how we handle adversity, you know, it's how we deal with upset, it's how we deal with struggle, misfortune, sadness, all of these things. So we're taught to rise above emotion
into the thinking of God.
Into the thinking of God. What does that look like? It looks like all of those emotions of sadness, of bitterness, resentment, anger, grief. Those are low vibrating frequencies, very low emotions. What is a higher level of thought, consciousness, life force? A higher level of thought is being completely grateful for that which we do have. You see, it's very, very, very mathematic, and it's very scientific. It's very practical that in every negative has a positive. Period. Every negative has a positive. I guarantee you that if you search to find the positive in the negative, that you will be able to unlock that positive, and that positive will be manifested. It will be magnified because your attention now is focused on the good rather than the bad. And that's like a process of auditing. When I was going through my auditing process, and if you're unfamiliar with auditing, those who are just tuning in, auditing is a process by which we are able to relieve ourselves of the mental baggage with the help of others, with the help of an auditor, meaning one who's trained to listen, and relieve ourselves of this mental baggage and called engrams, or past traumatic painful experiences stored in our reactive subconscious mind. We're able to get rid of that, and then now ascend to new levels of height, happiness, exhilaration, and so on and so forth. But part of the process in auditing is finding the positive within the negative. So if you have, that's a good example. I have my phone here. I look at my babies. Shout out to my children. Ain't they cute? They're beautiful. But I have my phone here. Say I break my phone. And now I have charge associated with breaking my phone. It was a painful event. It was bad emotion with it. Dang it, I broke my phone. Oh my God.
Don't let it be an iPhone. Oh.
Yeah, which I just broke my phone not too long ago. You know, it was that. But yeah, this is a great example. I break my phone. My mind is going to tell me, my reactive mind is going to tell me about all the million bad things that come along with breaking my phone. It's just gonna, oh, my screen is cracked. Now I can't get on social media. Now I can't do this. Dang, I gotta do that. Now I spend some more money. But for every negative, there's a positive. So now what? Name something good about breaking your phone.
Wow. What?
What do you mean, name something good about breaking your phone? Yeah, name something good about breaking your phone. Now I get to upgrade to another device. Good. That's something positive. Now all that time I was spent on my phone, I can use that to do something positive in my life. Good. There's a million of those. Because for every negative, there's a positive. See, what I'm doing is I'm shifting my viewpoint. The easiest thing for a being or a person to do is change their mind. The easiest. But going back to the beginning of our conversation, we have intention, but we also have counter intention. So we'll set an intention, we'll come behind that, and I can't do that. Stop. Just don't take on that consideration. It happened. Whatever occurred in your life that was a misfortune, that was bad, it occurred. Acknowledge it, see it for what it is, and search for the good in it. Because I guarantee it was put in your life for a specific reason. And the reason it was put in your life is completely up to you. You can look at it and be victim to that situation. Oh my God, this is so bad. Or I lost this person who I love so much, and it's just so terrible. I can't go on. How dare you?
Wow.
You have breath in your life today. You have so much to be thankful for. You didn't even have to meet that person that you lost. They could have never been involved in your life in the first place. They didn't belong to you in the first place. They were a gift. So we thankful to the Creator for the gift.
Yes, sir.
Because all good things come from the Lord, come from the Creator. And so if we have those things in our lives, we have these misfortunes and things, whatever took place, it's up to us to change our minds about how we see it and rise above those negative emotions into the thinking of God.
There you go.
Understanding that there is a positive in every negative if we so wish to find it.
Facts.
So that's what I would say to those who are struggling with
factual.
Yes, sir.
Factual.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's so much. It's so much, man. That topic alone is very pregnant, meaning it's full. It has so much that can be unpacked, so much that can be unpacked in it, because it is, man. So too often we have times, and I know that losing a person, especially someone we love, is tough. It's difficult because we're absent from their flesh. But we have to find comfort in the fact that that person, just because they are no longer physically among us in that manifestation that we've become accustomed to, and I said that very specifically, but the essence of them is still here. It's still among us. It's alive in memory. It's alive in thought. It's alive in all of the things that we wish to have it alive in. If we see it that way, if we choose to see it that way, that those people. And here's another thought, and this transcends not just the loss of a person, but a loss, period. The only way a person can feel like they lost something is if they somehow get the idea that they can't create it again.
Wow.
The only way we can ever feel like we lost something, I'm gonna get close to the camera for this, is if we got the idea, is if we somehow got the idea that we couldn't create it again. You see, the scripture says, ye are all gods, children of the Most High God. All right. It sounds good in theory, but what does it look like in actuality? We are gods. We are constantly creating. And if you feel like you lost something, it's because you've reduced your own God ability to the fact that you don't think you're capable to create that situation again, to create that affinity with a person again. So knock it off. Accept your godhood.
Knock it off.
We have to accept our godhood and the fact that we can create a life for ourselves. We can create a situation for ourselves. So I don't feel like I lost a dang thing. Nothing. Ain't nothing going on right now. The brother Joshua don't feel like he can't recreate. And that's not cap. Like, that's real. That's because
real rap.
I'm in tune. It's real rap, man. And I really feel that way because I know that if we come from the supreme source, Allah, then we have this very same abilities as him. We just have to be able to tap in. But the problem is many of us don't think we really can. We comfortable with being gods in theory, but not practice. I ain't on that. I'm not on that. I'm striving to really be a god in reality. And part of that means taking responsibility for our current condition. So I don't like what's going on. I feel like this is happening. I want this over here. So I'm going to just create it. Because the easiest thing for a person to do, once again, is change their mind.
Facts. As
Change your mind.
someone who was born witness to that
Mhm.
statement, the easiest thing you can do is change your mind.
Mhm.
I mean, sell them the final call. You ever walk past the door, they ain't even look at you. You gave them that nice smile anyway. And as soon as you turn around, they roll that window down and they give you a 20. It's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, because we
Mhm.
we can create that, man, because really being a God, and this is from even the technology of Mr. L. Ron Hubbard,
Mhm.
is being an operating Thetan or OT, higher levels of just being,
Mm.
is knowing
Mm.
and willing
Mm.
to be cause over mass, energy, space, and time. I'm gonna say that one more time. Knowing and willing to be cause over mass, energy, space, and time. That's a God. And in order to be cause over mass, energy, space, and time, we have to take complete responsibility. Imagine Master Fard Muhammad coming 9,000 miles his way, knocking on doors and being like, they're not answering. I came and I did all of this for them, and they won't even answer the door. Stop. He's a God. He's
Facts.
cause over mass, energy, space, and time. So he's going to be persistent. And the supreme test of a God is their ability to make things go right.
Some
That's your
way,
supreme
somehow.
test. How
Mhm.
do you make it go right?
Mm.
Everything is going bad in my life. All right, make it go right. See, some of us, when stuff goes wrong and we get pushed off the track,
We fold.
oh, this still is
We
we
fold.
fold. Knock it off.
Mm.
Step your game up. Bash opposition and keep going. Keep on the path that you want. Be resilient. So that's what I meant when I opened up and I said I'm a hustler. I'm gonna keep going.
I'm a
I'm gonna keep
hustler.
striving.
Got a
It's
hustler
it
spirit.
yeah. It
Very.
don't matter that it's not like I'm never met with opposition. Hell, I got a mountain of opposition. I'm climbing that bad boy.
Mm.
And I'm doing it looking damn good.
All praises due to Allah.
All praises to Allah.
I had to put
You
that in
got
there because
to.
God will humble you real quick. Now, oh, you doing good, huh? All right, let me throw a couple curveballs away, see how you feel.
Yeah. No, but I say all that to say
Of course.
is you have to handle opposition while flourishing and prospering.
Right.
To flourish means to give the appearance of the idea, the outward expression of. So just because you're not, you feel like you met with opposition, that don't mean you don't come suited and booted in your white shirt and multi looking crispy and clean. You have to flourish. You got to flourish.
Yes, sir.
And prosper means being solvent, having funds and working to accomplish something. So that's how you overcome and meet and overcome all obstacles, by flourishing and prospering and understanding that we are powerful. We are good. We are all of these things, man. We have to embrace that. And how dare us? Why? Because we're from the Creator. See, my confidence don't come from just Brother Joshua. It's not like I just got, I ain't nothing. But when I submit to the God, when I submit to the Creator of all things good, and I know He got my back, what? Y'all know who my daddy is? You know what I'm saying? You know who my pops is?
That is a huge flex. My daddy God,
Stop.
that is the hugest flex. It don't get bigger than
My Creator gave me this energy. All good things. I know what it looks like. You see, when we don't have that, when we don't constantly keep up the remembrance of the Supreme Being, of the Creator, now we start falling into insecurity. See, the insecurity can only be bred by a lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge breeds insecurity. So if you have a woman who's been, man, she might be insecure. Well, brother, you might just need to communicate with your woman better, because she's some knowledge that she just don't got. So you got to give it to her. Baby, where you been at? Where you at? See, the lack of knowledge. But when she knows, when she's certain, now she's secure. You feel me? So us as children of the Creator, when we know who our God is, when we're secure, we will be secure in who we are, because our relationship is attached to him.
Mm.
That's where the security comes from. That's where the confidence comes from. It doesn't come from ourselves as a standalone being. It comes to our connection with the infinite.
Mm.
We gotta tap in. So when I look at somebody who just like insecure, confident, stuff like that, tap in.
Mm.
You don't even see the God in you.
Not yet.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even recognizing the God in you. You probably wake up in the morning, and you just see yourself. You don't even see God shining through you.
Mm.
That's terrible. We know that's a terrible state to be in. And I encourage any of us out there who are in a lower state of mind, understand, and I encourage you, when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, strive to look in the mirror and see your source.
Wow.
See the giver of life. See the God and recognize it ain't nothing that you going through that your supreme source can't get you through. Nothing. Stop. We gotta stop feeling so damn sorry for ourselves. It's okay to get down, but we can't stay that way. We gotta rise above emotion into the thinking of God and have some dang confidence in the fact that Allah, God, put us in whatever situation that we're in to mold us into and fashion us into a greater being to go on and to help other people.
My wife
That's
always
what it's all about.
telling me this today too. Getting down is just preparation to go back up. Mm.
A setback is a setup for a comeback.
Mm. Mm.
A setback is a setup for a comeback.
Wow,
you feel like you down and out. You feel like you down and out, bro. You just launching. See, sometimes you gotta, see the arrow gotta
like
come
a
back.
bungee. Mm-hmm. Yes,
gotta come back first. Everybody might be looking at it like, oh snap, he's coming back. He's going back. What is he doing? He's taking steps backwards. Why is he doing that? What is he doing that? What is that? Boom! What happened?
And now he on top of the world.
He that way. Yeah,
I see what you did there. I see that. Man, this was an episode right here. We wound it down. We got 7 minutes left. Any closing comments?
Man.
Closing comments.
Closing remarks for myself just would be, for one, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful just to be on your platform, to be sharing. And I will say that anything that I shared of good, man, is come because I've had some incredible teachers, man. The most profound teacher has been the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really out here, in a hell of a condition, drinking, smoking, messing with hella women, and partying, living a lifestyle that was just completely destructive to, my life. But I heard a word. I recognized the word. And one thing about me, man, is I'm a sponge. And I'm humble enough to recognize when I don't know something. If I don't know something, I will be the first to tell you I'm not sure, or I can find it. I'll go look it up or something like that. But I was in a place where I recognized that I didn't have the answers. I ain't got the answers, Sway. I ain't got the answers. I didn't have it. But I searched and I found a man that had the answers, and I followed his guidance, and I've been submitting myself to that which he has taught me. And as I keep on going, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, says, he who goes out in search of knowledge is on the path of God until they return. The acquisition of knowledge is a lifelong journey. And we have to constantly be striving on that journey, on that path. And so I took heed to the minister's guidance when he said to get some auditing in that. And I followed those instructions. And it's helped my life incredibly. And submitting myself to even that science. And then I meet people in the business realm who are much more advanced than myself. And I submit myself to their knowledge. See, Allah has given us all the spirit of discernment to be able to check the spirit of a person. and find it and weigh it to see if it's good or bad. And so I'm thankful to the Creator for my own spirit of discernment and for the ability to really, humble myself to recognize that I'm not in the position that I'd like to be in, and this person can help me get there. And then to be able to listen to that person and then to apply the knowledge, because once again, knowledge is only as good as it is useful. So apply that knowledge to get to the next step in life. So for the people out there who may be listening, I pray that I've shared something that has been of good from my teachers. I pray that it was received in the spirit that it was meant. And if there's anything that I can do to help other people, man, like I was sincere saying, like, I'm your brother, like, for real. If you people have questions, they can hit me personally, 630-853-6090. 630 area code 853-6090. If you're going through problems, issues, there's not a problem that's going on that can't be solved practically, you know? And that's where I'm at. I feel like that's why I'm on this earth, man. I'm on this earth to be a servant, man, not to just better myself, but to help to able myself, because we're taught self-improvement is the basis for community development. So to improve myself and then improve the condition of others around that actually want to help. So
I feel like I just been through another Mas Mariam lecture. Shoot. Oh man.
Alhamdulillah.
All praise is due to Allah. It has been an honor and privilege to have you on the show. For those of you all watching live on Facebook, and for those of you who missed it, sucks that you missed it, but the replay will be available on the Kareem Talks podcast page. It will be available to watch on YouTube tomorrow, and it will be available to stream on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Pandora. I don't know. No, not SoundCloud. Not playing. I'm playing SoundCloud. But for those of you all who support the Kareem Talks podcast, you can do so by streaming my podcast wherever you find it, from wherever I told you. You can buy this Kareem Talks merch. You see that little mic? I did that myself.
Okay.
Hoodie. Or just sending a donation to my Cash App. All capital, no. $, capital APIDT, capital A. Because all praise is due to Allah, okay? But thank you. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next week as I debate a bunch of nerds about why Marvel is better than DC.
Okay.
This has been Kareem Talks. That's Joshua. I'm Kareem. Peace. See ya.
Yeah.